If Congo wins today, they're going to the World Cup. And if they do, they're stepping into a history that goes way beyond the pitch. Because the last time this country showed up on the stage, it was called Zaire. And that story stretches into colonial violence, Cold War politics, and one of the earliest examples of sports washing we've ever seen. In 1974, Zaire became the first sub-Saharan African team to play in a World Cup. But to understand what that meant, you have to go back to what the Congo was before it had a national team. For years, it was the personal property of King Leopold II. Not a colony in the traditional sense, his private possession. The land was stripped for rubber and ivory, and Congolese labor was enforced through violence. Entire communities were punished if quotas weren't met, hands cut off, families torn apart. Even when Belgium formally took control, that system just became more organized. You see, the power stayed concentrated in European hands, while the Congolese people were deliberately shut out of political and economic control of their own country. So when Patrice Lumumba emerged in 1960, he represented something different. He wanted the Congolese to control its own resources, its own economy, and political future. That's what made him dangerous. Because in the middle of the Cold War, a resource-rich African nation stepping outside Western influence and even hinting at alignment with the Soviet Union was seen as a threat. Under Lumumba's leadership, independence was secured, but within months, he was overthrown, captured, and killed, with Belgian involvement and the CIA operating in the background. Out of that crisis came Mobutu Sese Seko, who consolidated power and ruled for decades. His government controlled the press, suppressed opposition, and built a political system centered around loyalty to him. But Mobutu also understood image. He invested heavily in sport, not just for development, but for display. International events, boxing matches, and especially football became a way to present Zaire as stable, modern, and unified, even when reality told a different story. That investment, however, paid off on the pitch. Zaire battled through qualification and defeated Morocco to claim Africa's single World Cup spot at the time. One team representing an entire continent. But once they arrived in West Germany, the pressure surrounding the team became impossible to ignore. Unpaid bonuses to the players resulted in an act of defiance when they intentionally lost 9-0 to Yugoslavia. 9-0. And when Mobutu told them not to return to the country if they lost by more than 5 to Brazil in their next match, one player responded in an extraordinary way. While the Brazilians were setting up to take a free kick, Mwepe Ilunga broke the wall and launched the ball before the free kick could even be taken. It looked like confusion, but later he described that he wanted a red card, refusing to play in a match clouded by political threats. The final score, if you're interested, was 3-0 Brazil. So if Congo wins today and returns to the World Cup, remember this history. And this time, maybe they get to write that story a little differently.